Hey guys, thank you again. You've come through to another Tales from the Emporium. I am your DM, Bushy. Quick shout out to Lost Boys Pizza, tabletopaudio.com. Let's get our introductions from our players.
My name is Felix Smallbottom. I am a bard. I am a halfling. I'm very annoying. I'm going to enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Sammy Zindita, so I am a High Elf Druid.
Hi everyone, my name's Carl McDonald. I'll be playing Reginald White. He is a human fighter.
Super. Okay, so it has been 6 months since your delve into the Darkmere, since your time with the kobolds. You find yourself enjoying life in a nice tavern. You're in a small town called Oakheart. The tavern's full, you're enjoying life. Life is good to you. You've picked up plenty of gold coin. The night passes and you guys are all sound asleep. You wake the next morning, each of you, in separate rooms, and the first thing you notice is silence. There's not the sound of things cooking, there's not the sound of the hustle bustle of a tavern, or of the town yard right outside the tavern's door. There is silence. You can hear the birds tweeting away on the oak tree that sits in the centre of town. You are in rooms. Felix. You wake and you stand looking around, feeling mighty chirpy, to say the amount of alcohol you consumed during the evening. You're feeling fresh. The room looks pretty much exactly as you've seen it before, with the exception of there is a note underneath the doorway. Before you go to do that and open it, you try the door. The door is locked. It doesn't open.
And I'm by myself.
You're by yourself.
I saw you where I never was and where I cannot be, and yet within that very place my face you often see. What am I?
So while you're pondering that, just have a little bit of time to think. Let's give you just a brief description of your room and what's around you. Yeah. So in the corner you've got your bed, small cot, suitable for the halfling that you are. Small chest that has what you put your belongings in.
Yeah.
Like before. Around the side you've got a small writing desk, and to the other side you have a basin with water and a mirror above.
Okay.
So, Zinzita, you wake and your room is much more nicely decorated than the others. So you wake up and you've got a bed that's a bit more plush and nicer blankets. You have the same thing, a chest and a writing desk, a basin and a mirror. But the wood panelling around your room is very intricately decorated. You have forests with bears and deer going into meadows, and within that meadow there is a beehive, and on top of the beehive is a queen bee and floating around. So now you can pick them out of bees that pinpoint through the rest of it. On the stand of your on the writing desk is a beeswax candle. Same thing applies. You get up, you go to check the door, finding it slightly odd that you're not hearing anything. The door is locked, but you have a note.
I have no sword, I have no spear, yet rule a horde which many fear. My soldiers fight with wicked sting, I rule with might, but am no king.
Okay. And then, last but not least, Reggie, you wake, feeling alright. You feel pretty good. You've all done quite a good night for yourselves, really. It's unusual for you to be in such a nice, comfy bed. You get up, and again, weirdly the same thing for you all. you notice the quiet, and there is a chest, there's a writing desk, and there is a basin with a mirror and a sink.
Pick up the note, fumble over to my chair, set it down next to me, get all dressed, and then wonder what this is about. Thicker than water, I can boil up to red, but in a world without me, all you'll be is dead.
Okay, so you've all come to this position. It's kind of over to you guys now. You can shout to each other and see if you can hear each other. You can solve your riddles if you think you know what you're doing with them. You can do whatever you want around the room. You can try and break out. Your choice is yours.
So I'm pondering this, I think I figured it out. But I've got dressed and I want to have just a rummage around the room to see if anything is sort of not supposed to be there. So I look under my pillows, look under my bed.
Okay.
I then open the chest to get the last of my stuff out because I've got dressed now and I'm like, well, I'm either going to kick down my door because it's locked, or I'm going to see if I can figure out why this piece of paper with this rather odd little riddle has been given to me.
Sure.
So with me looking around, do I find anything that
Maybe
is
an
of
investigation check.
specific- All right. My investigation is -1. So investigation. I get a 16, and
Okay.
with wisdom I get a -1, so it's 15.
Don't think too hard about it. So, okay. So yeah, so you spend the time and you're like, well, I can't get out. Something's happened. So you start pulling pillars up, looking under the straw mattress, there's nothing there. You open your chest, all your equipment's there. You're looking around and no, everything seems kind of in order as to what you'd expect. You do notice on your tunic there is, whereas you've spent time cleaning them recently, there is a small spatter, a red spatter down the side.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to walk up to my door.
Yep.
I'm actually going to put my hand into this red splattered cloth that's
Yep.
part of my tunic.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and turn the door handle.
Okay.
Because looking at what this message in there, from what I can understand, thicker than water and a boil up red. When you have a large temper, your blood boils. Thicker than water, blood is worse thicker than water. But in a world without me, all you'll be is dead. Without blood, you wouldn't survive. So what I want to do is try and sort of use this cloth, that's this part of my tunic, and try and turn my door handle.
Okay.
See maybe if it unlocks.
Good.
Maybe it's been locked by a spell of some kind, and these riddles are the answers to our keys.
Very good. So you start doing this, and you're saying this out loud as you're going through.
Yes.
Thicker than waters. And as you say the word blood, there is a shimmer around the door frame. And over onto your left-hand side, there is a rune that comes in like it's been engraved, like it's been there all along, weathered and worn. And you see this as you're holding the door. The door still doesn't budge, but now there is a rune there.
Alright, well, let's see. Alright, I'm going to take just the tip, just a little bit of my blade, just sweep it down slightly, and just sort of tap my finger so that I don't take severe amounts of damage, but enough to get a little splatter of blood and just mark it in the shape of the rune and sort of colour it in
On
with
top
my
of the
blood.
rune?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so there's
okay.
the rune there, just sort of colour it in, follow the lines, so it's now
Yeah,
filled
yeah.
with that marking, and then sort of just go over the candle and sort of cinch my fingers shut so I don't have any more hanging about, and sort of look over at the
Okay.
door.
Yeah, so you start to do that. And as you work your way through the rune, you feel a second pinch on your skin. Like there's been a prick on your finger from the wood somehow. You move your hand away and the blood is no longer on the door frame. As you hear a very light click.
Right, and I try the door.
And the door opens for you. And we'll leave you there for a moment.
Don't go.
Yeah. So I'm going to guess my clue is a queen bee, helped by the decoration of the room. So I guess I'll have a little check round, look in my chest, look to see if anything's unusual. But I also think I should cast Detect Magic. See if
Okay.
there's anything around.
Okay. What is that for you, Detect Magic?
Spell.
Is it a... I can't remember because I'm used to certain magic spells.
Just, yeah.
Give me 2 seconds.
You just roll it,
Not,
yeah.
I don't think I have to roll.
Don't think you have to
No.
roll anything, that's why I want to
Spell.
check what it gives you.
Cantrip.
Cantrip just happens.
Yeah.
No, it's not a cantrip. It's
No?
definitely a spell,
Level one
but
spell.
I don't need to
Roll from
do anything.
Just happens.
Well, first level spell, Detect Magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So there you go. So yeah, so you cast this spell, and the room comes to life with a colour. All around the wood panelling, the decoration, the door, the lock, everything glows nicely for you. So from it you can tell that the magic is a kind of a mixture of magics for you there, partly to give the room a bit of life, and I can't remember the schools, abjuration and something else, because yeah.
As long as it's not necromancy.
So yeah, so the room is alive now with this glow that you can see around you. Doesn't really give you much in the sense of direction of something, but it lets you know that there is magic heavily involved around you.
So, can I have a closer look at the queen bee picture on the wall?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So you go up, so you go over to the wood panelling, and it's essentially, you know, like the wood panelling you have all around. You're looking at the carvings and the queen bee, who's sat quite nicely on this beehive. And looking at her from first off, it doesn't look like there's much going on, but if you notice, you notice a difference with your detect magic there now, and there's something else, a layer behind what is originally there. As you brush your hand over it, the bee almost comes into colour, slightly thrown off by your detect magic colouring, but its wings start to flutter, and you almost hear the buzz of the bees as it starts to wind its way along the wooden path through the panelling towards the door, down which you hear an audible click.
My door's open.
And the door is open.
Yay.
I'll leave you there for a moment.
I'm studying my room and I ain't got a clue.
Okay.
I can't understand why I can't open the door. I've read this riddle. I'm not terribly bright, come on, I'm an entertainer. I'm assuming, however, you saw me where I never was and where I am not. Yeah, so I'm assuming, is there a mirror in the room?
There is a mirror in the room.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go up to the mirror
Okay.
and I'm going to look into the mirror.
Okay. So you go up and you look into the mirror. For a short time, nothing really happens. You start to have a small scratch on your beard, and then, where you've been too busy concentrating on your perfect visage, you all of a sudden realise that the room around you has vines, and almost like the room starts to turn into a tree, and vines grow through. And then the longer time you spend there, you can feel yourself in the reflection, almost gaining like a bark skin. And as it takes over your head and your face, and the room slowly turns into this wooden reflection of what you have. And through the middle of this wooden reflection, a green vine slowly throws its way through to the door and unlocks the door for you.
So you're not made of wood?
As you turn around,
Maybe.
the rest of the room is exactly as you left it, but the
Awesome.
door is open. Okay, so you guys open out into the hallway. You open the door, kind of stood there, slightly confused, maybe some slightly annoyed, sucking a finger, too busy playing with their action figures, you know. But you all find yourselves stood out in this corridor. One of you is missing.
I think we're missing one.
Felix, why are you naked?
Shit. I go back in. Back out. Yeah. Can we roll an investigation check, or can I just shout to say, Castor?
You can shout for Castor.
She's the intelligent one. You would have thought she'd be out by now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know the room, so you guys all head towards the room where she's at. Knock on the door, there's no sound there from her. Shout Castor, there's no sound there from her. Your detect magic, you can still see this bright magic flowing, kind of ebbing and flowing all around now. Now you've stepped outside as well. Sort of down the stairs, there are traces of a darker, redder magic. Looks kind of bubbling almost.
Do tell us that.
Hmm?
You tell us that the magic looks weird and stuff.
Don't have to bring the bubbles.
But up where you are, so around your doors, and if you look around the other other three, sorry, that have been opened, you'll see that everything looked how it did in yours. There's this bright kind of blue, kind of glowing, you know, almost neon in its kind of, you know, giving off this happy vibe. And it's the same around Castor's door.
Is there a door locked?
The door is locked.
Should I kick it in? Try at least.
Okay.
13 plus 3, so 16.
It's a hit. Right, it's a door, so yeah, you hit. You hit. I mean, as long as you didn't roll a 1, you're kind of alright.
Yeah.
So what is your strength?
16.
Which is what, plus 3?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. Give me a D4 plus your strength.
4 and 3?
7.
Yeah, 7 plus 3.
Okay. So yeah, so you go, as John moves out of the way, you think, right, I've got this, and the first shoulder kind of doesn't give, and the second shoulder, and then you edge back further and slam into it, and you feel the door crack and give way. Just enough, doesn't completely fold in, but it cracks just enough that you're able to kind of move the lock. You guys go inside, and whilst the room for you guys has this blue aura for Zinzita, inside of Castor's room is this red kind of tar-like substance that is this magic that flows basically all kind of around the room. So, for you guys that step in that can't see any of this bubbling lava, horrible magicness, you find that the room itself, it looks largely okay, except for the pointy hat that you have gained from last
the
time,
slinky hat.
and her magic staff are both left on the floor, both wrapped in what look to be kind of gnarled vines.
Shall we pick up let's pick up the things and carry
Yeah,
them
so
through?
just to warn you all that the room is got a horrible magic running all through it. Our rooms are fine. This room and downstairs is not, there's not nice magic. But there's nothing else, nothing in the
There's
room.
nothing else.
We need to take the stuff though, because I mean,
Yeah, we're taking stuff.
I'm just going to try and cut the staff out of all those
Yeah.
vines. Just take out my hand
It
axe.
takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are quite thick and knotted. Despite obviously how they must have grown overnight or something must have happened, they're kind of that old wood that kind of feels like they've been there for a long time. But you get through and you lift them out. When you lift the staff out, you pick it up and you notice that the staff is quite sticky. And as you pull it away, you can see the kind of this stretch of so you'll have all seen it in character as well. It's not mucus,
Does
but
anyone
it's
have a napkin?
sap, tree sap. Things that you've picked up from your going around the inn while you've been there is obviously there's no people there. Everything looks fresh. when you've come into the kitchen, the area near the sink where there looks like there's been pots in the sink being washed up. As you come towards it, you start walking on, and your feet start to stick. And as you lift them up, you notice a similar sort of sap-like substance, similar to what Reggie pulled his hands away from on the staff. And just in front of where the sink is, there is a small flower growing out of the ground. So that is what you guys find in the inn. Assuming you leave the inn, you go out into the square. The square is deserted, so just to give you guys an idea of what you would have seen before, you've got a blacksmith's, you've got a bookshop, you've got a couple of general shops there, and the rest are just houses.
Can we see anyone while we're standing outside?
Where are we going?
So you head off. So you head over to one of the shops that's called Toothless Hatchet.
Huh?
You go to open the door. The door is locked. You kind of peer in, and it looks again similar like it's been at the start of how the start of day for a shop, prepping stuff, getting stuff forward, sorting it all out, and it's gone. These for you, so is your kind of detect magic. I don't know how long it lasts for. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Okay. So it's a level 1 spell as well, so I don't know how many level 1 slots you get.
Yeah, I've ticked off.
But yeah. Yeah, so we will say, quickly as you've gone through this, kind of your dying ebbs of your spell as you've kind of come out is in various places, although you see very little now of the blue kind of neon bright good magic that you're associated with around the town now. What you see more of is this viscous tar lava, sort of bubbling dark red kind of evil magic that you've seen, and it is around the shops, it's around the blacksmiths, it's around the bookshop.
What about the tree?
Around the tree, the oak tree in the middle,
Tree, yeah.
There's spatterings of it around there. Yeah, it's not coated, like the tree isn't covered in it, but it's around the ground surrounding the tree. So you guys, assuming you relay that information out to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
No, it's up to you guys.
What's the shops?
So the shops, yeah, so there's the Toothless Hatchet, which is just like a general shop with farming equipment and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
You've got the Sprouting Tree shop, which looks like a kind of like a grocer's, effectively. You've then got the Acorn Inn, where you stayed. You've got the Wooden Anvil, the blacksmiths. You've got the Oak Press, which is the bookshop. You've got the stable there as well, which hasn't got a name, but it's not a shop in itself. It's just a stable. So, a little ways out from the town where you were, there was a church on your way in as well. Yeah. What else do you know? So, from the brief time that you've spent in the town, you'll know that the town itself, within's probably 200 people. It's kind of a rough handful of guards, what you'd consider class as guards, which were basically wannabe adventurers that are now either too old or too bored of going out and seeking the adventuring life. So they've got a cozy little gig in this hamlet.
I'm just gonna look around, see if there's anything new survival, see marks, any tracks or anything to that effect. Survival is 16, and I get a +1, so that's 17 on the survival roll.
Okay, very good.
Alright, just looking around, seeing this.
Looking around the town,
looking like, has there been any markers of any sort of struggle? Has anyone been dragged away? Because I'm thinking about the sap, and the sap being everywhere. That tells me vines. These vines or this tree or something to that effect has dragged people away, or something to that effect. Because the magic is either good or bad. And in nature, there's balance. So there has to be something going on here that's beyond that. So I want to know if something's going on before I walk away from the rest of my party.
Okay.
This up.
Okay. So yeah, so you spend quite a bit of time. You're kind of looking around, looking at the various footprints on the floor, hoofs, different tracks, things like that. And you spend your time looking around the tree, the base of the tree, and what's going on. And what you notice is that whilst you can't really tell if there is a footprint pattern to identify people coming and going from a set, some of the set area. Exactly like you said, there seems to be this kind of leftover imprint in various places of these vines that have kind of come up and done something. You assume if they've done like what they've done with Castor or Castor's equipment, maybe they've ensnared it. You don't quite know at the moment, but you can see, like say on the grass, like if you've left a spade on the grass for too long, then you get the impression of it. Yeah, exactly like that. Okay. So for you guys, so you're aware of what goes on, we'll go in some sort of order. So we got the bookshop. Okay. So it takes you a bit of time to get into the bookshop. Again, it's locked up, like they haven't opened for the day, but the side door around the side is open, like it's in a little staff entrance. You can fit in okay, but actually the staff door is quite short. It's probably about this high, so you have to crouch and kind of shuffle through, but you can get in. It's quite musty, there's books everywhere, doesn't seem to be any kind of formal pattern that they're in. What you do find is on the side, on the counter, there is a small package for Mr. F. Wraithbrow, WRAITHBROW. Inside the package is 3 books. Book 1 is entitled Treants. Real or just a wooden toy? Book 2, Reanimation. Can you reanimate the inanimate? And book 3, How long do dragons hold a grudge? Okay?
Yep.
So that's what you get out of the bookshop.
Yep.
Out of the blacksmiths. So you go inside, the door stands open to the blacksmiths, the forge still is hot. Looks like the bellows is there ready to be pressed down and to really bring it to life. There isn't any ore there that's cooking away, but what you do find is the hammer lying next to the anvil. Looks like it's been tossed to the side. Similarly again, when you go to pick it up, the handle of this hammer has this sappy, sticky substance to it. As you turn around and head back towards the door where the ore is for them to put out, on the floor there is a small flower poking up out of the ground, similar to how the kitchen was. The stables. So the stables for you, as you go in, the animals, the horses, 3 horses, 2 ponies, happily in their stalls, minding their own business, munching on a little bit of hay, looking none too plussed about life as it goes. Heading back again to where the tack and the saddles and things are, it looks like that there is a leather kit that's been left out on the side, again with this sticky substance hanging over it. And in the middle of all this, with the chamois and things hanging around, there is a small flower poking up through the middle.
Okay.
So you head out to the church. The church there worships the deity Sylvanus, which is a good deity.
Yeah.
You'll be pleased to hear. You go up and the church door's open. It's not locked. The church seems untouched. You spend quite a lot of time looking around. There doesn't seem to be any sign of the disturbance like you've seen. There's no imprints even on the ground heading to the church of the vines that you've noticed. But there is also no one here. Just so you guys are aware as well, there is a churchyard where there are graves next to this church. What you notice on your way out of the town, however, apart from the church, is that there is a general's board. If you think true adventuring style, if you want to go and pick up a quest, you will go to the board and look for jobs. Yeah?
Pull the sticker.
And on this...
Have you seen this unicorn? Yeah. If so, get it torn.
On this notice board, there is a advert for you. I should say an advert. Large vegetables wanted. The larger, the better.
We're not talking
Willing to
about my
pay
intelligence.
or provide medicinal aid. Please bring them to F. Wraithbrow, the hut at the end of the lane. The lane that's just outside of town. Past the blackberry bushes. Turn left, blind with trees, can't miss it.
Let's go there.
Okay, cool. And then with that, what I would say is we're going to take a quick break. Come back soon, find out where they end up and how intelligent Mr. Wraithbrow is.
I love Christmas.
Me too. Christmas is the tits.
Let me in. I want
Wow, hang
what
on.
is it? What is
Wow,
it?
I got a Superman. Ooh.
He's got Superman. What have I got? Nothing.
Don't throw shit at me.
I can't open it. Grant, I can't open
I
this.
don't care. I got a Superman.
It's Spider-Man. Oh.
Whoa, what happened? Did you just drop it, you idiot? Why would you do that?
I got it, I nailed it. Right. What do you think? It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You
Right,
should
thank-
flip it over. There's a button on the back that burns out the retinas in kids' eyes. See, there it is.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? I like it. Thank you, Christmas.
All right, what are we doing next?
I don't know, what do you fancy next?
And that's where we cut it.
Bloopers! So we find ourselves on the way to Mr. Wraithbrow's residence. After leaving the church, if we want to pop our figures at the start. Okay.
And we're still looking for Casper, she's disappeared.
You're still looking for Castor. Yeah, so poor old Castor. So you find yourself having gone down to the hut at the end of the lane that's just outside of town, past the blackberry bushes on the left. And when he says a lane, it's actually, with the way that the trees are shaping this kind of dirt path, more like a grand entrance. However, the hut that sits at the far end isn't quite the big mansion that you expect to see, but actually quite a subtle hut that comes in with the rest of the surroundings. It's nice. And you head on further down and you come to the gate. It swings open noiselessly.
What are we doing? Straight up to the shed? I'm going to go straight
Straight
up
up to the shed?
and try and open it.
Alright, you're gonna have to move them down there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 15 feet behind us, yeah?
Yeah.
So I took these there, and then I'll check us.
I mean, carefully. I don't want to break,
I'm sorry.
break
Okay.
the door down, but just make
So you
sure.
guys start approaching the shed. And as you come into the grounds, the gate lazily swings shut. So you get closer, and as you start going around the side of the house, what you tend to hear is a help! Help me! Just somebody let me out of this fucking fence! Stupid shit! Spiders in here and everything! Just let me out!
I'm close. I think I'm closer to the door, so I'll shout through the door. Come on, we'll let you out. Hold a moment.
Okay, so now you get close enough, yeah, you can see that somebody seems to have slid through the handles, a broom and a fork that's kind of slid across either side that stopped the door from opening.
Well, I'm just going to take them out.
Take them out?
Yeah, take them
Okay.
out.
So he starts to, he opens them up and out steps quite a slight half-elf. He's got kind of pulled back hair into a short ponytail. Looks a little bit dusty. Looks like he's spent a lot of time gardening. Or it could just be that he's been locked in a shed for several days, who knows. But as he comes out, he's like, this is... thank you very much. So, you've brought the vegetables.
No, but I think we have some of your books.
Well, I didn't realise that the Oak Press was doing deliveries now, but that's great. Come in. Yeah, it's not a problem. Tea?
Yeah.
Tea for all, yeah. Okay.
I won't have any, thank you.
No? Alright, do it yourself. Odd folks are humans.
Yeah, master.
What's your name?
My name?
Yes.
Frederick.
Frederick what?
Wraithbrow.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Faithbrow. I'm Zinzita, and these are my friends.
Good, very good.
We've been staying up.
He goes round and shakes your hands. Excellent. So you've been at the
We've been
Oakheart,
staying at the
yes,
Oakheart,
yes.
yeah.
Very good indeed. And you've taken on the jobs of delivering books. This is fantastic news. It means that I can spend all of my time working with these vegetables, you see. Tea, that's what you wanted, right? And he potters off and heads off round the corner. Just kind of, he's carrying on talking as if you're following him, so whether you choose to or not. Yes, no.
Okay,
We went round and I've been here for, it must be 50 or 60 years now, really. And, you know, there's a thing about the soil in this forest that it feels quite loamy. It takes a while to get underneath, but when you really watered it up, it can really produce some good vegetables, you know. You must know, you look the earthy sort of type. Anyway, tea we said, right? Tea, yes, tea. And he kind of potters in and the same kind of nonsense comes along. So you guys all go in the house, yes? So inside the hut, it's actually quite sizable, you know. It's it has this quite nice feel around it. There's several bookshelves in there, and a quick cursory glance, and it's got similar books to the kind of the titles that you saw. There's a lot about growing vegetables and how the right ways to water plants, and is it appropriate if should you be singing to your plants?
Right.
All kinds of things along that line. There's a small writing desk and a table. There's a small chest and a bed. There's a fireplace. There's some bits for some tea and some other cookery bits that we've got there. And it's so easy. Sort of 2-3 minutes passes and he brews up a cup of tea and he kind of puts the pot down. He's like, so,
Thank you.
well, I've already paid for the books, so I assume you get paid from, what is his name in that place? He's small, he's a gnome, you know. What is his name?
Frederick?
No, wait,
No,
no, is he? No, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm Frederick.
Frederick.
Yes.
We don't work for the bookshop.
Ah.
We were staying at the pub. We're not from round here.
Okay.
And we've woken up this morning to an unusual day.
Huh. It was a good night for you then, yes?
Yeah, it was a very good night,
Excellent.
but a really unusual day today.
Okay.
Considering I've got some Caster's staff and it's still covered in a lot of that sap, sort of take her staff out and say, "Do you know anything about this sticky stuff that's on here? This sap, I'm assuming, or do you know anything about that? Because everything in the town seems to be covered by."
Do you mind? He just kind of takes a staff and just hold on a moment and tosses away, and he brings back some specks which he kind of perches on the end of his nose and he's, "Oh yes, it's very fine stuff this.
Not the
It's
stuff.
a little bit sticky though, isn't it?"
Yes, I'm talking about the sticky stuff.
Oh, sorry, yes, right. That's tree sap.
Okay. The entire town, when we woke up, was deserted. There were
What did you do
signs.
with them?
We didn't do anything. We woke up locked in our rooms.
Very good. Whatever takes your fancy, I guess. You don't want intruders, so.
We didn't lock our rooms.
Oliver! That's the book owner's name. I knew I would get it eventually. Oliver. Yes.
Oliver's missing.
Oh,
With
no.
everyone in the town.
That's not good at all, is it? That's not good at all. So you're here to rescue them. If you don't
Take the
deliver
staff
books,
back.
you're here to rescue them.
Take
Yes,
it back.
yes, of course.
Can I roll an insight check on him just to see if this guy is as stupid as I think he is, or naive?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Just have a little check. So that's 11 plus insight, so that's 16.
Healing
Ooh,
potions.
let me. Yes, healing. You want? Well, I can see what I've got. It's just, and he kind of he just goes back round. He's like, oh, I definitely had them somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Now.
What do you need us to do?
I do come.
What do you need us to do?
Well, oh, yes. So, that bugger, Gabranth. Gabranth.
Who's
Yes, Gabranth. He's the guy. So, I want to grow vegetables. Not just, normal vegetables. I want to grow vegetables. The biggest vegetables you've ever seen. They can be sold for hundreds of gold pieces. Hundreds. But to do that, I've needed some help. So I've spent the past sort of 50 or 60 years over in this hut, minding my own business, tilling the soil, growing the plants, growing the vegetables, never getting quite far until Gabranth came up. Came to me originally as a bit of a peddler. I was not too sure of him, bit of a funny sort, not quite sure what's going on there. But eventually bought a couple of his books, seemed quite good, got some positive responses, and I thought, well, he can't be that bad of a chap really, can he? So next time he came back round, he offered me this flute. This flute, it's probably only this long. I've got it somewhere, I'll find it. And he kind of potters back off again. They offered me this flute. This flute, he said, if I played this flute every night to the flowers and the plants, it's an elven flute. It's guaranteed to make those vegetables grow. So, what did I do? I played the flute. I thought it was on this bookshelf. Okay. And he just carry on pottering around. So anyway, this flute. Well, I played it, and I didn't really notice much going on at first. And then I found that the kitchen area of the house, well, just basically the house in general, it kind of started getting a bit
Sticky.
viney.
Finally.
Just tendrils. And at first I thought, well, I've got to chop that clematis back. It's on the side of the house and it's causing me all sorts of problems, really. But instead, they kept growing. And I didn't put it down to the flute. But now you've kind of mentioned it and I've started thinking about it. It could have been the flute. It happened at the same time. I didn't really see any much of my vegetables grow, though. Although it was like somebody was taking them away. And at the point when you should have taken them away, and you should have took them out of the ground, the marrows, the courgettes, the They should come out, or they should grow off the leaves, and they grow. And, well, I come out the next day, and they were gone. Like somebody had yanked them up out of the ground. The carrots, the courgettes had been lopped off from the leaves. Well, not lopped off, more ripped off. But anyway, yes. And he brings over this, and it just looks like a wooden stick almost. But it's got, you know, kind of a little flute opening with 3 or 4 little things. And he's like, well, yeah, this is the thing here. So, we got that, and, well, if I tell you the truth, I've kind of carried on playing it because you should see the size of some of these things that we're growing. I just don't know what's been taking them. And it seems up to madness to me, you know? So, anyway, that's kind of where we came up. Gabran, do you know what? I'm not really sure where he lives. He comes around every week or so, though. Yes.
And it was him that locked you in the shed?
Yes! He locked me in the shed, the cheeky bugger.
I can play it if you want.
Have you got any magic?
Because I'm proficient at playing the flute.
Yep.
So shall I play it? Or
Maybe a performance check. Does it?
8 plus
Okay.
hang on, 8 plus 8. I don't think I get anything else. I just get performance, and I charisma 5. I don't get anything else for flute. Yeah, 8 also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start playing this flute while he's talking. It's kind of like it's going off, and he's like, you wanted potions, didn't you? Yes. And do you have gout? Gout?
What do you want us to do for him? No? Has he told us?
No, okay.
I think he's
Oh!
off his head. And he's
Oh!
Did you want us to do
What?
something
Ooh.
for you?
Yes, I did. I wanted you to find Gabrath and give him a bloody good hiding, because you can't shove Frederick Wraithbrow into a shed and expect not some sort of repercussion.
Reginald.
Why on earth are you playing that flute?
just trying it. Seems a bit dead though.
I
Divine's come.
don't just excuse me a moment. And he potters outside. He closes the door behind him. He walks back round, and as he walks round, and you kind of watch him out the windows for a bit. Where's he going? And he walks into the shed. He shuts the door. Shuts the doors on both sides, and he disappears. The wind picks up, and you hear this kind of low murmuring, and the sound of rustling leaves, and the sound of the movement in the trees.
Can we hear anything else, or is that's it? Just with that eerie silence and that?
Yes. So you hear all of that, and then it goes quiet. You step outside, and at the end of the pathway, there looks to be, it's a bad example for it really, but I don't have another tree. There looks to be a tree. Definitely not where it was before. You're looking around the house, and in the patches of the soil that you've seen, there were previously nothing growing inside. There now looks to be plants, almost like one looks like a marrow.
I'm gonna walk around the side of the house.
Yeah,
Just out of distance that I'm not around the house. I want to be seen.
yeah.
Sword drawn.
Yeah.
Shield up, and then I can see in the field of vision, because it's the middle of the day, these rather large plants.
This is amazing. So you stalk round,
That's nice.
Go for it.
and just looks like there's slowly going in the breeze. Slightly bigger than what you remember from last time.
Once again, I shout, Felix, play the flute again. I have a funny feeling it's going to be something important.
Okay, I'll play it again. Suck it. Even I think that's stupid.
You played the flute again.
Yeah.
Did you roll performance?
No, I can't do.
if I roll really high, right, and everybody turns into a marrow, I am going to say kill the bastard. Which
Nine.
orange? Orange I rolled.
6.
6 plus 5. 14, is it?
14.
Which was
Okay.
6 plus 5 is 11.
11, sorry.
Okay. So you play it.
So I can
and
see
again,
them if anything happens.
Yeah. So nothing seems to happen while you're over what you're looking at.
So it is growing stuff. The fruit seems to do it.
Yes. Thank you.
So the fruit seems... There's no threatening it. Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything threatening about these
One
things?
more. Down just 3 spaces just outside.
They're just growing, isn't it? They're not doing
One more.
anything. They're not attacking us.
Yeah,
or-
so you can-
Okay.
what's anything
So you roll your perception check.
Just have a
So
quick look.
your perception check.
21.
Cool. So you're paying attention to these plants and there is nothing happening over there. You think everything's fine and you're kind of like, well, wait, hold on a minute. Is that tree moving towards us? And stood in the middle, just outside the gates, about 15-20 feet outside the gates, there is what you mistook for a tree the first time round. Like a short man, limbs and arms, which is a mask of vines, slowly, almost like he's creeping without actually moving his legs along towards you. Roll initiative, yes indeed.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll give you 2 seconds and I will tell you when to tell me what.
Natural 20!
Yeah, why did I roll down the legs?
I got 8. I get 1 extra, so I got 9 for my initiative. I'll go last, as always. Last in the party, first to make damage.
3, 15.
Above 10.
Me,
Yeah.
15.
Above 5. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. 2. So, okay. We have got Zinzita first.
It's a druid and she's going to
Okay.
feel bad about this.
It's made of wood, right? Because it's a tree. So is a firebolt going to have more damage than it would do normally?
Maybe.
Okay. Let's just firebolt him.
Okay.
Just going to throw a firebolt.
So what do you need?
So, so what am I rolling at?
D20.
Okay. See if I beat him.
Symbolism.
Yeah, so I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Against that one?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
That one?
sorry.
Yeah, okay. And what was it in total?
9.
Plus your spell.
Oh, plus my spell thing with roughly.
Yeah.
Plus 4. 13.
Yeah, that hits.
Yay. So you roll, oh no, I roll a D10. 6.
6 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
5 damage. 5 damage?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the firebolt hits. It definitely scorches over its body. You kind of get the impression that it almost hisses at you, although it doesn't really make a sound. That feeling that it gives off. And you usually see vines try and start leeching over this burned mark as to where you kind of hit it, but it's still stood upright at the moment. You have done quite a bit of damage to it though. Next is
Can I like back up a little bit?
You
It's
can.
gonna come.
How far?
It's, yeah, probably as far as I can go really. It's gonna come.
20, 25.
So that one that you've just hit now starts taking strides towards you. As it lifts his feet, you can see the kind of vines wriggling around underneath. Yep, moving 20 feet towards.
15. Does he like slide over the fence?
Yeah.
So that's 20 there.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, not quick. Cool. Okay.
So then it's so one at the back moves forward 20 feet. Yep. Cool. Then it is. Cool. That's that one. Then it is Felix.
Alright, within 80 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to do.
Both of them
25. That's 25 there.
1d8. What I can do very quickly. Let me just double check. They're not going to be terribly charismatic, are they? I can't imagine them being very charismatic in here. Right, so I'm going to crossbow with
Particularly vicious.
You're which one? Sorry.
That is
the one closest to me.
That's
Okay.
6 plus 4, 10.
10 does not hit. Bing. Yep.
Do you want to move?
You get the only gap in between the kind of sprawls of leaves and the fat marrow body that is wiggling its way over towards you.
Yeah, get me back up there. Can I move back, bud?
How far?
Stick me back
it's-
here somewhere.
10, 5, 10, 20 feet back.
Yeah, that's good.
And facing the directions.
Either way, don't matter. I think in terms of opportunity.
Where is he? At 10. Does that get him within
Yeah.
5 foot to attack? Yeah.
Yeah.
10. Okay. And Reggie.
Right, I move 5 feet forward.
Yep.
I am going to do 2 actions. I'm going to use my surge action after I've used my first action.
Okay.
First action is going to be to swing with my long sword.
Yep.
To hit.
Is it surge action? I don't know.
Yes.
So, first hit is 11 as my base. I'm assuming that's the base. 11 to hit.
That hits.
Right, and then I do
Which one are you going for? Sorry.
that one.
11 in total.
No, that's 11 base.
Oh, okay.
And then what do I add again?
Should have. What is it? Your longsword
Yes.
for your strength and your proficiency. So plus 5.
Yes.
Plus 5.
So that's 16.
Yes, that hits.
Right, and then that's 1d8 plus 3 damage. So I do 6 plus 2, that's 9 damage. So I sort of swing and hit him.
Off that one, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I use my surge action to take effect again and hit him, try to
Okay.
hit him again. And I get 18 plus 5, so that's
Yeah.
23.
Definitely hits.
Yeah. And
23.
yes. And then the second damage is 3 plus 3, so another 6 damage.
Cool. Yeah, you crush it down as you hack off a bunch of the vines one way, and as it kind of comes back through, you lop off. So you've cut back through, kind of hack through the vines where his head would be, and it kind of staggers and falls, and that goes down.
Leave the corpse there for now. Leave part of the vines.
Okay.
While singing,
So that's
I'm a
Reggie.
lumberjack, I don't care.
Then we are back through to the top. So Zinzita.
So, I shall. Yeah, towards them too.
How far? Just straight towards, or
Yeah, kind of diagonally so I can go.
Can I use my
10,
bonus
15?
action? Was it too late? I'm sorry, I
You
forgot
want
to
to be
use
closer?
it. It's the
Yeah,
first
so
time
I'm
I've
kind
used the
of
bonus action
quite
with this
close to my
character.
You're
you're 5. You're in 5
I
feet.
just
of them now.
wanted to
Yeah, I want to be within 5 feet.
bardic
both of them,
inspiration.
effectively.
Okay, so
One of them. I was going to actually bardic inspiration him
5, 10, 15,
So you can have it
20, 25,
Okay.
30. So then
I'll
you're
remember
10
next time.
feet and 10 feet roughly.
10 feet within both of them.
Yeah.
Wicked.
5, 10, 5, 10. You happy with that?
Yeah.
That's where.
10 feet of both.
Okay.
I think that's where I want to be.
You got bardic inspiration.
Woohoo!
Sorry, just
5, 10, yeah. Okay.
The body.
What are we doing? Zinzita? So you're within 10 feet of both?
Yeah. Well, oh no, I actually put me back so I'm just in one. I got it with just in one, within 10 feet of one of them, and do a poison
10.
Poison spray.
Poison spray. Very good. So that's a con save, is it? From me?
Yeah.
On those ones, yeah. Con plus
I don't
1.
need to roll. He needs to roll.
After
11.
Oh, 12.
Is it con of 12? No, so it fails.
Yeah.
Yes.
10.
I know.
Nice
Yeah.
spell.
The poison, as you spray it down on it, kind of starts to wither away, and this thing kind of withers into its into this small black husk and goes down.
Gone. Boom.
Okay, so that's one of them gone. Zeta gone. That's that gone. So the one at the back, Reggie, the one at the back that moved. If you can move him forward another 20 feet, please. So that's them two.
Choppy.
Then you've killed that one. So Felix.
Me, yeah, cool. First of all, then bonus action, bardic inspiration on Zinzita, so you get a 6 die, which means for 10 minutes you get attack rolls get a +6 for that.
You can add
So
it to
that's
pretty much
every-
anything except damage, I think.
And that's more than once, correct?
Yeah, you can roll it. Or is it just
Oh.
one time?
Okay.
Just one dice.
It's a one-time deal.
And then I'm all up. Not much I can do.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Right, I'm
25,
gonna
30. You're 35 away.
I know what it about that one. 1, 2, 3. Can I? Are we not worrying about half cover and all that stuff too much?
Sorry?
We're not worrying about full cover and half cover too much, are we? As long as
No.
I can see him. Can I see
No,
over
from
his
there,
face?
yeah, it's fine.
Just get me so I can see this bugger. And
That's
then,
30 there. That's full movement.
Cool.
When we get into proper dungeon crawl mode, then we'll do.
And then I got
half
80
cover.
foot. I've got 80 foot range.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. That's 40. So that's half of the
Cool.
distance.
Right.
10.
10 plus 4. 14.
14 hits.
Cool. 1d8 plus 2, can I have the 8 then? I got 7 plus 2, 8, 9. 9 points of damage to this ugly person
Wicked.
right here.
Okay.
And then we're going to start using this stuff.
Alrighty. Looks good. So move. Reggie.
Does count, seeing as the fence is swung shut, climbing over counts, does that count as part of movement?
Part of movement, yeah.
So I do the
fussy
good
about-
old fashioned heroic fighter.
Yeah.
Over for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get over here and aim at him using one of my hand axes to throw.
Okay.
I get 20 feet range, 5, 10, so I'm 15 within range.
Yep.
So, rolling a d20.
Yep. Just so you guys are aware, I went
10.
way out of turn on the initiative that round, by the way. I realised you should have gone a lot before these guys, but we'll correct it when we get there.
10 and 5, 15.
15 hits.
Right, it's a 1d6 plus 3. So I've still got my bardic inspiration.
You've still got your bardic inspiration. Doesn't count for damage.
No, but I'm not using it. For
Okay, that's
damage.
fine.
I got 15, which was a hit.
Yes.
I'm holding onto my bardic
Oh yeah, that's
inspiration.
fine. Yeah.
I'm just using the d6
Oh,
to
okay. Yeah. That's fine.
4.
4 damage. Any pluses?
Yes, plus 3.
Plus 3.
So 7 damage in total.
Cool. Yeah, so you throw this hand axe and it kind of thuds as it does against wood. and it sits there, and you can see these vines trying to come and kind of pull it out, but it's kind of lodged quite hard into its chest, and it's struggling a little bit there. Cool. That's everyone. That'd be back to Zinzita.
Kill it, kill it, kill it.
I'm just trying to see what I can. I'm just going to use another spelly thing because they do far much more damage than anything else. I will poison spray him. Is he? Nobody's attacked him, have they? Or yeah.
It's the other one.
Poison spray.
Poison spray.
So you want a thing which you rolled a 5, which you get, what is it? Constitution +1, so 6.
Nah.
Make a
So
damage
he
roll.
gets a 12. Oh, 2.
Can she add to the, she can't add to the damage, can she?
Nope. That's
Oh, he's gonna come in with me now. Oh, can I run away a little bit? Back it up, back it
Yeah.
up, back it up.
5, 10, 15.
yeah. So it starts to wither like the other one, but it
Okay.
doesn't go down into this husk, and it keeps kind of writhing and shuffling forward. Okay, so that's Zeta. Those guys. Yeah, that one. This time moves forward. So within. Yeah. Let's give him Ha! And he rolled a 1. Brilliant. So yeah, so
It's
it
a
kind
slow
of reaches out to try and kind of grasp you and grapple you into its vines and entangle you in. And as it kind of reaches forward, you kind of quickly just sidestep out of the way and dodge forwards. And yeah, and it, again, you kind of get the notion that it'd hiss at you if it could make a sound. So then it'd be Fifi. Except
I'm gonna shoot. Okay, this one's on. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot this one here quickly.
That one? The one
the
closest
one
to
that's
me.
attacking.
I'll shoot this one again, because this one I had before.
18
plus lots.
Definitely
plus loads,
hits.
plus loads. And then an 8, I think. 8 plus 2 is 8.
You've got an 8 side dice, yeah.
Yes, I have. 6 plus 2. Plus 6 plus
I'm going easy.
2. Yeah.
2.
8.
8 in total.
Yeah. He should be dead.
Which is that one?
This one.
So that takes him up to 20. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of thematic effect, you kind of shoot one and you kind of finger, you quickly load and you fire off another couple and as this kind of thing staggers and falls forward onto
See you later,
onto the
motherfucker.
bolts. So that's them. So Reggie.
Kill him, kill him, kill him. Kill him.
So,
Kill
turn to
him.
face. Good old fashioned gonna knock his, just chop everything off. I get a 12, and I'm gonna add 12 plus what? 12 plus 5 is 17.
That
12 plus 5
hits.
is
That
17.
hits. That hits.
And that's, I'm gonna use my longsword, obviously. So that's a 1d8 plus 3. So that is 8 plus 3, that's 11 points of damage.
And that one.
Yep.
Did he lob your head off?
Yeah. No. Bit eager you guys are, aren't you? Right. Yep, so that's him. So back to the top, Zinzita.
So I'll go towards those two. Probably as far as.
So can we go diagonally or do we have to step?
No, you can go down.
Okay.
30?
Yeah. So how far am I away? About 15, 20?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15 if you look at
Yeah,
the side.
15 to that one, and then
Yeah,
Alright, so
25 to the
I'll
other.
just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whichever one.
Closest one?
Yeah, closest one.
15 feet.
Crossbow. Yeah.
Alright, make your attack.
Proficiency with the lightning spell, I should proficiency bonus to the attack roll. So that's
7.
7 plus 2, which is 9. Oh, but I can. Does that hit?
Use your bardic
I was
inspiration.
gonna- Yeah, I was going to say I can use this one.
Add it.
Oh, no.
plus 3,
3.
so it's 10 plus.
These
12.
Hits.
And then I need to do a 8. 5.
Yeah.
Plus nothing, anything.
So it's the pumpkin that's kind of
Does it
going
get
across.
plus
It goes.
It'll say
I was dead anyway now.
5. What is it? Your crossbow.
Mm.
Yeah, you would get plus. What is your dex?
Oh, plus 2.
So you get plus 2 to it.
So 7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
yeah.
yeah, as this pumpkin goes.
Wicked.
And goes
Pop.
Yeah. And it's down.
Cool. So I am just going to. There's only 2 left in there,
Yep.
so I'm gonna move as far forward as I can.
What here?
You'll sort that out.
20, 25, 30 is there.
Cool.
You know, 5, 10, 15.
8 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 hits.
Is that it? We're good. And there's that 6, 8, go on.
6,
8.
8. 8 blue.
That's a 4. A damage.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are just
Plants.
little courgettes that want to eat your brains. Oh. And that pops and goes down. Takes them out. So then it is Reggie.
Reggie starts singing "I'm a lumberjack and I don't care." Pulls out his goes for another swing. Gets a 10 plus 5 is 15. And decides to choppy through. 4 plus 3 is 7.
7 damage.
Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah. So as you're singing lumberjack, I'm a lumberjack, and you start at the knees and you go.
Yep.
And you take from the knees, and he drops, and then you take him at the waist, and he
Yep.
drops, and then you take him at the neck, and he drops down, and you are left with a lot of old mouldy veg now that smells quite ripe, and these vines that have looked like they've aged and broken and gone down. So you're out of initiative now. We will end it there, I think, for this week, and join us again next time.
Bye, Josh.
Cheers, guys.